Hello friends and welcome to yet another episode of Last Week in Microsoft 65. In this video, I'm going to shout out on 5 topics as usual. Before I start, I recommend you to subscribe to my YouTube channel Sync Ventures, and you can also connect with me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and also follow my blog syncventures.com. So as I said, we have 5 topics. The first one is launch of Festive Tech Calendar. The second is the create single sign-on authentication for tab apps with Microsoft Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code. The third is a blog from self-service Microsoft Form for external guests to use Power App from John Liu. The fourth one is 6 Power BI reports for Microsoft Teams call quality dashboard from Tom Arbuth, Arbuth, Arbuthnot. And the fifth one is I use the Page Diagnostics for SharePoint tool. So let's get started. So as I said, the first topic is the Festive Tech Calendar. So right now there is a Festive Tech Calendar going on in which 3 videos are launched every day from 1st of December to 31st of December, and you have also prizes to win. The topics are released every day, and you can have a look. Those can be a YouTube video or blogs. So you can go to the festivetechcalendar.com and click on which of the days are live, and you will be able to, visualize the blogs or YouTube videos or some other information. So every day a door opens and you will be able to look into different events happening in this. I'll be also having a session in this Festive Tech Calendar on SharePoint Starter Kit version 2, and it will be displayed pretty soon here also. So lots of interesting topics are discussed in this. So please have a look. And don't forget to follow Cloud Family in Twitter. And also a lot of goodies going to come your way also. You can also follow MS Dev UK, which is a Microsoft Developer UK account, which is a Microsoft official account, and they will also be publishing the same information for the reminders. So don't forget it. The second one is to how to create a single sign-on authentication for tab apps with Microsoft Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code. I have done an earlier video in which I have explained how to use Visual Studio Code, Microsoft Teams Toolkit to create apps. And now there's another extension which has come up that in the tab app, you will be able to do a single sign-on authentication pretty easily. So you just need a app registration resource, and then the toolkit will take care of rest of the things. So that's going to be pretty easy to implement single sign-on. I mean, tab apps is something which can be outside of Microsoft 65. So if you need the single sign-on in your page, this can be used. So I will make it bigger if you. So the steps are pretty simple. You just get the app resource and register it, and then you can register it from the toolkit itself. So that is pretty easy to do. So have a look, and most probably I'll be posting a video about it also as a separate video pretty soon. The third is a blog from John Liu. This is regarding a situation where a user wants to register for a Power App. Basically, it is a connection for Microsoft Form that the user fills in the email address, and then it gets added to the external guest. As you know, for Power App to be used, you need to be in the as external guest. Otherwise, you cannot do that. So he has explained how to do this, and the first step is that you create a Microsoft Form, and then you should have app registration in Azure AD portal, and then we need of course a Power App, and we need a Power Automate to do the send the response actually, and compose the Power App URL, and then send the email to the user that he needs to register it. So you can see that the user gets this mail, and he should accept the invitation, and then he should review the permissions and let it be, and then the Power App is available for the user to be accessed. The Power App in this is a pretty simple one, but it can be any Power App. So that is how he has tried to automate this process, that the users can actually use a Microsoft form to register themselves, and then the user gets automatically added to the external as external guest, which is I think quite good. He has also explained different variations, like the trigger mechanism doesn't need to be Microsoft Forms. It can be a HTTP request trigger or something else. Um, the email doesn't need to send directly. The invitation API returns a redemption URL, which can be returned by the flow in the HTTP response to calling JavaScript. So you can actually do it outside, email also, and you can create your own email template if you want to. And this can also be used for other scenarios, not only for Power App. Basically, it can be SharePoint extranet to be included as a guest user, or for the Teams Power, adding a guest user to the team group's membership. So these are different scenarios in which it can be useful. The same concept. So I think it's a great article from John Liu. The fourth one is about blog from Tom, actually, and this is about the Power BI reports for Microsoft Teams calling quality dashboard. So there is a quality dashboard already available in Microsoft Teams, which you can access, but you need to be admin to be able to access. What he has explained in this blog is a summary of all the reports which are there, so you can have a look. I was aware of this, but I didn't had any good reference to this, so I think this is a great blog, although it is from Feb to 2020, but it is quite good information for us. So he has explained how the Power BI reports are there and what are the things you can have a look in this. What he has also mentioned is that if you want to customize this for Power BI reports, it is not possible now, but it will be eventually possible later. And so once it happens, of course, Tom will write about it also. And I think he also has a great newsletter which he sends, and already 9,000 professors have subscribed. So if you want, you can subscribe to his newsletter also for these kind of good blogs. The last one for today is the Page Diagnostic tool for SharePoint tool. And this has been there for quite some time, but a new version has been released recently. And also, I had known about this, but I had never used it, or I've never seen the documentation around it. But I saw it on a Twitter from another user. So I thought, let's have a look. So there are two extensions for the Edge Chromium and the Chrome, actually. So you will be able to install it and then basically see the diagnostics for SharePoint load. So if you look into the report part, you will be able to see how much time it took to load and these kind of details, which is quite impressive because we often create a lot of customized page and we would like to see which web parts are slow or faster. So I think this is a good way to do it. And recently they have added the same functionality for the modern pages, and earlier we had only for classic pages, and this works on Microsoft Edge and Chrome. So you can utilize it if you are doing some programming and you want to test the performance of if a page is getting slow. You can actually see why it is slow and why it is causing these issues. So yeah, that's it for today. And as I said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Okay, thank you for today. Bye.